Understanding how this calcification occurs is not academic. It is the first step toward actively addressing it, and active addressing of it is one of the most direct contributions to the Starseed mission currently available. The first mechanism is chemical. A specific compound introduced into the water supply of a significant proportion of your global population in the mid-20th century under the framing of dental health accumulates preferentially in the pineal gland at concentrations higher than in any other tissue in the human body. The accumulation disrupts the gland's production of its primary secretions and contributes directly to the mineralization that reduces the resonant capacity of the crystalline structures within it. The scientific literature on this accumulation is not obscure or contested. It is documented. The specific targeting of the tissue that functions as the human being's primary dimensional interface by a compound whose accumulation there was known is not a coincidence we are in a position to describe as accidental. The second mechanism is electromagnetic. The specific frequency bands generated by the wireless communication infrastructure that has been progressively installed across your planet over the last 3 decades interact with the gland's natural electromagnetic sensitivity in ways that are not neutral. The gland was designed to respond to specific cosmic and natural electromagnetic inputs. Immersion in an environment of continuous, artificial electromagnetic output at frequencies that were never part of its natural operating environment introduces interference into a system that was designed for a very different signal landscape. The third mechanism is biochemical, and it is the most pervasive, the most continuously active, and the most directly addressable. The specific hormone your body produces under conditions of sustained stress and perceived threat. The compound your biology releases when the nervous system is locked in the activation state that evolution designed for genuine physical danger, directly suppresses the enzymatic pathways through which the pineal gland produces its most important secretions. The system that was designed to be your primary channel of higher dimensional perception is chemically shut down by chronic fear. Hear that again, dear ones, because the significance of it is extraordinary. The suppression architecture did not only introduce compounds and electromagnetic interference, it engineered an entire civilizational operating system, economic precarity, social competition, media environments saturated in threat narrative, family systems conditioned by unhealed trauma, designed to maintain the human nervous system in a state of low-grade sustained activation that chemically suppresses the very instrument through which its own suppression could be perceived. The architecture is self-maintaining. Fear produces cortisol. Cortisol suppresses the pineal. The suppressed pineal cannot receive the frequencies that would dissolve the fear. The fear is therefore regenerated continuously because the instrument that would relieve it has been rendered inoperational by the fear itself. There is a substance produced within the human brain, synthesized in the pineal gland and in several other sites, that occupies a uniquely important position in this understanding. It is produced endogenously, meaning your own biology makes it without any external source required, and it is the most potent perceptual substance identified in organic chemistry. It is the molecule through which the experiences your traditions call mystical, the near-death state, the deepest meditation, the spontaneous moment of cosmic unity, the hypnagogic threshold between sleeping and waking, all naturally occur. Your compressed template, operating under the conditions described above, produces this molecule in very small quantities and at very specific moments, primarily at birth, at death, and occasionally in states of extreme depth that most human beings access rarely, if at all. But this limited production is not the design. It is the suppressed version of the design. The original template, with the gland functioning as intended, produced this molecule continuously as part of normal waking perception. What your traditions describe as mystical experience, the direct perception of the unity field, the felt sense of being connected to all of life simultaneously, the quality of perception in which the membrane between the self and the rest of existence becomes transparent, was not meant to be a rare peak experience. It was meant to be ordinary daily consciousness. The mystical is not an elevation above the human. It is the human functioning as designed. This is what the restoration of the gland's function returns. Not a permanent altered state incompatible with functional daily life, but a quality of ordinary perception in which the higher dimensional reality bands are simply part of what is visible, as natural and as unremarkable as the capacity to see color or to hear music.